Hello traders, you're welcome to another video. This time we are going to show you an example of all the concepts, of majority of the concepts that we have been explaining in this channel. Firstly, we are also going to be looking at the top-down analysis. Then we are going to look at the fact that price smart money will always want to sell from premium and want to buy from the discount, which is a lower price. Okay, now we have a downtrend. You see this move, we have the impulse, correction, impulse, correction. So based on the fact that smart money will most likely want to sell from the higher price, which is a premium level, we can predict that this retracement move can get up to this equilibrium price of this particular range. So that's basically the concept we are going to use in this video. Then also we are going to talk about entry technique. In this case, we are talking about the confirmation entry, where we have the change of character plus the break of structure. Okay, so after having a change of character, which to me is the break of the internal structure, okay, the break of the internal market structure, okay, from an uptrend to a downtrend. After having the change of character, we are going to wait for the break of structure before we think of taking sells. Yes, of course, most people would want to take sell after this change of character. They want to see price return to origin and take their sales from there. That's equally good, but it's kind of more risky than waiting for a second break, which is a break of structure. After you have the break of structure, then you can start looking for a supply zone, in this case of a downtrend, where you can look for sells. This is another variant of what we have above. In this case, after we have this change of character here, this is a change of character because the higher low was broken. We waited for another break, which is break of structure. We discovered that the high that led to the break of this structure, there could be some amount of liquidity resting above these highs. So there is a high tendency for price to make this move to clear this liquidity before impulsing to the downside. So this is equally very possible. Okay, so we now move on to the read chart to explain. This is actually Euro USD chart, and it is a daily time frame, just to explain the character of price. Price will most likely want to sell from the premium. This is a downtrend, as you can see. Just to explain that, you can see that price is actually trading above the 0.5, which is the equilibrium of this daily range. Okay, but in this particular video, we want to capture this retracement. Okay, after this break of structure, we capture this retracement, and we expect that the retracement will trade to the equilibrium price of this range. So this is going to be our target. So that's exactly what we want to do. So move on. This is the same as that daily trend. So once we notice this break of structure, the next thing we expect is price to return to origin on the daily time frame. So we scale down to the lower time frame, the 4-hour time frame in this case. So we are on the 4-hour time frame. What we expect to do here is a downtrend. We expect to see anything that tells us that this downtrend is over, possibly a change of character. So capitalizing on this area, okay, which is the lowest point here, capitalizing on that area, we have something like this. This is another concept that you might not have heard of. Anytime you see, for example, we have this bullish candle, this bearish candle trading above 2 old highs and then closing below the highs, you can expect that the next candle is going to be bearish. Okay, so in that vein, we have this candle, this particular candle trading below this low, distributing below this low. You can see distributed below this low, and even the third low, and eventually closing above all the lows. This is the closing price, okay, which is higher than this low, okay. So this particular candle distributed below these lows and eventually closed above all 3 lows. When that happened, you can easily suspect that the next candle is going to be a bullish move. That said, we can even scale down to a much lower time frame in order for us to see the trend more clearly, the structure more clearly. So here you can see this, we are on the 1 hour time frame. You can see that this move actually manipulated this low and break structure to the upside. Now this is what we can refer to as the change of character, okay, the bullish change of character. So most people we simply wait for price to return to origin. Sorry, my drawings are so bad these days. Return to origin high and simply take a trade from here. Okay, my drawings are so bad. Alright, so what we are going to do, we will not want to trade immediately after the change of character. We want to wait for a break of structure, which is going to take place here. But this is going to be the high that we expect to see broken. Okay, so that's what we have in the next slide. Immediately we have this break of structure. What we need to do now is to scale down to a much lower time frame, in this case the 15 minutes time frame. When we scale down to the 15 minutes time frame, we look for the zone that actually led to this break of structure, okay, which is somewhere here. Alright, that's the zone that led to the break of structure. We mark that zone. This is what we have here. After marking the zone, we now wait. We can just take our trade from here. Actually, it's still okay, very, very okay. Okay, but for you to get a higher risk to reward ratio, you can repeat. The price is fractal. Whatever happened here, you wait for a change of character of this trend, and then a break of structure to confirm that this downtrend is changing to an uptrend. Okay, so when that is done, in this case we prefer to wait for a change of character and a break of structure. Just what happened here is what is also taking place here. Alright, so after doing that, after we have a break of structure, the next thing we start looking for our demand zone in order for us to take buys. So this is what we have. This zone really stands out, which is a very clear demand zone, the rally, the base, and the rally. Okay, but meanwhile, for us to have a higher guarantee to enter our trade, this is going to be a very good point of entry, because you see this low actually could not break this high, so this low could eventually be used as liquidity inducement. So for us to be more certain of entering this trade, we can place our entry at this point, and our stop is going to be below this particular order block, okay, that is here. Alright, so we set our entry like that, and we take note of what price we do. So as you can see, price actually tapped into our entry and did what? And started impulsing to the upside, and we have this particular break here. Alright, sorry about my drawing distortion of the pad. So we have that particular break. So once we have that particular break, the next thing is for us to set our target. Okay, but we already know where our target is going to be. Most likely we have this opposing supply zone that is here. Price, this move actually, let me zoom it so that you see it clearer. This move actually manipulated this high and ended up breaking structure to the downside, manipulated and broke structure. So we can just select the whole of this move, okay, even though we can refine it. And for me, this is 1:10, and most likely price may get to the middle, the equilibrium of this block. Okay, so if price could get to this point and have 1:10, that is more than enough, as you can see on the next slide. So this is a 1:10 move. You know, why did we get such very good trade? Because we waited for a confirmation entry using the change of character and the break of market structure, where you could have gotten a much higher risk to reward if you want to dare. It's possible, but I think this is okay. 1:10 is quite good. But we must also remember that we are targeting this equilibrium price of this daily range. That is what we are targeting, the equilibrium price of this daily range. You can see that this is this portion, this is this supply zone that is here. It's quite close to it, it's quite close to it, but if you really want to get to 0.5, there's still a lot of possibility, but then it's going to take you a long time before getting to your targets. So that's just what this video is all about. I hope that you've gotten some kind of value. Basically what we are explaining is what you already know, and we're introducing this confirmation entry technique where you use change of character plus break of structure. So with that, I want to wish you happy trading trade safe. Thank you.